Hello, I'm Jim Kelly with Saddle Point Systems, and I'm here to show you the Revo-Office automatic laminator. It's a spectacular automatic laminator. So you take whatever kind of sheets that you want to have laminated, drop them in the feed tray here, set the guides, push the start button. That's it. So it takes the labor out of laminating. And it also does a spectacular job of laminating. So what you have coming out here at first is waste. So that's the total amount of waste you'll have between jobs. There is no other waste. So there's no side trim, there's no in-between sheet trim. This is the waste for the entire job. And here is the result. And if you take a close look, you'll notice that the margin is totally clean. The lamination is spectacular. It's totally square, which is hard to do when you're doing pouch laminating. And the other great thing about this is if you do the old lamination test here to see how good the lamination is, and you peel that back, it's pulling up paper everywhere. You just don't get a better lamination than that. The other nice thing about this machine, or probably the main thing about it, is the labor savings. So we did a spreadsheet here. This is the hourly wage that the employee is making, and plus benefits. This is the number of laminations per week. So I have it for 50 and 100. You could be doing thousands, but I'm just taking these two cases. And say you're making $30 an hour. The savings per year is over $3,000. That amounts to a savings per sheet of $1.28. So that not only pays for the lamination, it makes money to pay for the machine. So this is the machine payoff. So at that rate, you'd be paying the machine off in 1.5 years. If you're doing 100 laminations a week, then you're paying the machine off with a $20 employee in 1 year. So that's quite spectacular. So it finished up our job. And I'll show you this too. All those sheets are identical. So if you did want to take them to a cutter at this point and cut these out, you could cut them out and you'd know the registration was good all the way through. So now what I'll do is a bigger sheet. These are 11 by 17s, and this machine is meant to be an 11-inch wide encapsulating machine. That's how it gets away with no waste, except for that waste between jobs. So again, I'm just going to set this in here, set the guides, push the start button. Laminating is a labor-intensive process. If you're doing pouch laminations, you've got to set the pouch in, the print in the pouch correctly. That takes time, and then you have to be there while it's going through the machine, and that takes time. With this, you don't have to be there. You can be out having a cup of coffee. And take a look at this job as it comes out. It enhances the color tremendously, but it is just one of the best laminations you'll find. The lamination comes in 1.5 mil, 3 mil, and 5 mil weights in matte or gloss. And if you just take a look at that It's a high quality lamination. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the stop button, and it will finish up that sheet it just started to feed. And there's another one that's just, again, spectacular. So it really is a higher quality lamination than you'll get on most laminators. And the other nice thing about it is it comes out totally flat. So it's going to stop after this sheet. And I'm going to show you how you change rolls. Again, just perfect. So, to change rolls, you move these levers back and you lift this up so the clamshell's wide open. This is a cassette that comes out. And it's a permanent cassette, so you're not having to replace the cassette ever. And then this just pushes in like this and the roll comes out. You do the same on the bottom. And you put the new rolls in. So that was a 3 mil we were just doing. This is a 5 mil. And here's another nice thing about this machine. It has a little graphic right here that shows you which end to put in so that you don't make a mistake and put the film in backward. But if you're not paying attention and you don't look at that and you try to put it in backward anyway, it doesn't go in. So you can't load it wrong. And that's very nice, because if the glue side is wrong, it can mess up the rollers. But not on this machine. And again, there's the double graphic, and there it is, so it's going to go in like this. And you notice that when it goes in, it clicks in. So there's no guesswork. Then what you do is you bring the film up over here, and you bring the bottom one over the same way. I can find it in. You just fold them both over the top. Square them up a little bit like that. And put the cassette back in. Just like that. And then what you do is you just drop these sheets out the end of the laminator. That end right there. And you want to square them up. Just like that. Pull them through a little bit. And you want them to line up just like that. And then you close it up. So there's no threading cards. There's no way you can really make a mistake putting the film in this machine or changing the film. So there, now it's ready to go again, but it's got to get up to temperature. And so while it's doing that, I'll just say goodbye, but thank you very much for taking a look.